Hey guys, and welcome back to another YouTube video. In this video, we're going through the GWS first Carlton game, in which it was a shock result, to be honest. I didn't expect GWS to win this game, and this sort of is the start where my picks just go absolutely downhill from here. But yeah, it was the Goldsworthy show that basically brought them back into this game and finished it off for GWS. I mean, she kicked three in the last, only got 39 points in the last, but she kicked three in the last quarter to end up with 5 goals, 12 tackles as well in itself is a huge amount. 7 marks in itself is a huge amount. So she ended up with, what's that, almost, I'm going to guess, 100 or so. 33 plus 48 is 81. She ended up with 102 non-disposal points, which is just absolutely ridiculous. And even Brie Moody's 135. I mean, we've got 104 that's missing. This might be the highest points on the thumbnail that we've had all year, I think, just because we've got a 168, a 135, and a 122 involved in it. And I think we've had like 2 or 3 games, especially like the Sydney game, where there were huge scores, but the Sydney game had a 137, a 134, and a 122, whereas this has got an extra 30 points in itself. This game was just ridiculous. I mean, it wasn't even ridiculous fantasy scoring. It was just top-end scoring by about 5 or 6 goals that just went absolutely nuts. And that was about it. But anyway, before we get into the video, remember to like and subscribe, turn the notification bell on so you know when I upload. And let's get into the video. So as you can see here, GWS came out 2-point winners. Again, Carlton have blown this race open for the 8 of basically. I mean, if we look here, I know that the Swans are definitely in with the shout. They're going to have to beat some teams to get there. But the Swans are now only percentage outside of the 8, yes, because Collingwood did jump them. But you've got so many teams there, 8th to 13th on 16 points. You've got Suns on 18 points. You've got Collingwood and Essendon close to them on percentage, like 4 or 5% away from most of the pack. On percentage in 5th and 6th on 20. So it's whoever can win these next couple games, and I don't know who the Swans have. The Swans have Collingwood, so if they win that, they're basically gonna, I think, make the 8. Who do they have in the last round? They have Freo in the last, so the Swans could theoretically make the 8 here. Very, very possible. I mean, who do the teams around them? Who does Essendon have? Because that's sort of crucial. They've got the Suns as well as. Who do they have in this round? They've got Carlton. Every team in that sort of 5 to 13 range, I know that that's a lot of range of the comp, but they basically all play each other, and it's sort of the top teams play the bottom teams. So it'll be really interesting. I mean, St Kilda are stiff for getting Brisbane in the second last round, and then you've got Melbourne playing Freo, so Freo should be done by them. But you got you got Richmond playing the Cats, so a lot of teams are just playing each other, and then you've got Adelaide versus North, so again showing that sort of everyone outside of that 5 to 13 is still playing each other. And then in the final round, you got 5th versus 7th at the moment, 3rd versus 18th, 15th versus 17th, 8th versus 14th, 2nd versus 16th, 1st versus 4th, and then you got the 9th, 12th, the 16, 11, and the 10 and 13th teams playing against each other. So again, showing at least 3 to 4 matches sort of set up with that 8 or 9 teams in mind. But yeah, this was just a crazy game and sort of shows that I guess the race for the bottom of the ladder is pretty much Western Bulldogs have pretty much got that locked up with 2 rounds to go as West Coast somehow won a game. We don't know. I'll get to that I guess on Tuesday, that game review, and we'll get through that. But yeah, so GWS, who thought that they were pretty much guaranteed to be, I would say almost 15th, of now you've got to probably win another game just to guarantee it against because of West Coast winning against Essendon. But they came out and they won here against the odds against Carlton, and I've somehow gone on for over 4 minutes about that. But anyway, Goldsworthy 24-7-12, 3 free kicks, 5 goals for, and if we look at this will also probably show my trades anyway, but you can just see here a really good 3-to-1 kick to handball ratio as well. I'll make this just a little bit bigger. As you can see here, 3-to-1 kick to handball ratio, 54, 12, 21, 48, 3 and 30 because of the 5 goals as well. Just so good points accumulation across every single factor. I mean, was that almost career highs across the board? Yeah, except for handballs, that might have been her season high across the board, which just shows how ridiculous this game was. Two higher in the tackles, one higher in the free kicks, two higher in the goals, except for the behinds. But I mean, if you take the points scored off, if you take fancy points from points actually scored, it was a career high with 30 compared to 21. As we talked about the tackles, the marks as well, one higher than her career high. The handballs were 8 lower than her season best, and then her kicks were 7 higher than her season best as well. So you can just see she was at least 6 to 10 points higher in every single category. And that, along with the fact that you see this 10 tackle game, she only had 8 here compared to, so she was 10 higher than that, she was 4 higher than that, and then she also had 4 more goals. So a lot of the time she was beating a lot of these scores by 70, 80, 90 points because she was, it's like so compounding the effect that not only is she more than 10 points higher in that category because she had bad game in terms of marks, etc. like that. But anyway, go back to this screen. You got Zreika, 90, Bar, 80, 65, Tani Evans, 65. She scrambled to that, I'm pretty sure. If we look here, no, she was actually at 57 at three-quarter time. So she could have easily gotten a 75 there, and that would have been decent. But 65 is acceptable for a defender. Dalloway, Hicks, Davies got a 50, but she was on 53 at three-quarter time. So that could have easily been a 70, to be honest with you. Karras got up to a 47, so that would have been probably still worthy. I mean, she would have gone up, I believe. Karras, let's look at Karras. What does she go up to? That's not right. There we go. She still went up 54k, so she still did well, and she's got Gold Coast next week, which should be actually a good scoring for her, to be honest, so she's still fine. Garnett, Greason, Pease, Doyle, Mowbray, Dalton, Huntington 33, so I'm pretty sure she went up a little bit. If I look at my trade out, yeah, she went up like 13k or something like that, I believe, and will be used in a trade out now. McCormack, McCloy, McLeay, Moody, Shearer, Hill, McKay. So you just see here, look at this. Moody with a 42, 30, 35, 28 game. Just look at the stats. 46 hitouts is ridiculous. The hitouts just battle was completely smoked in terms of Moody outs got 12 more hitouts than the whole than the four-pronged GWS side, which is ridiculous. And then you had Cordner, Austin, and Trudgeon do some work as well. I'm surprised Cordner did some work in the ruck. I guess just with the with Good being out, they had to have someone else do something. So back to the fantasy points. Shearer with 22, 5, and 12, two free kicks against, and then a goal. So that is +2 in itself there. But then the 12 tackles was a huge maker there to get her up to a 1-2-2, which is ridiculous. And you see most of her work done in the first and third, 87 points there. And then if we look at Bree Moody, something should just ultimately consistent. 28 points is your low, is going to get you to a 112. And then she just had that 42 and a 35, which helped her get up to a 135. Hill with a 104, and she even misses out on I believe the thumbnail for getting a 104, which is a huge number. 21, 3, and 10. 10 tackles again, proving that it's just a tackle frenzy game. Look at the Zreika with 16 tackles. That is absolutely nuts. And Zreika is definitely one you could definitely look at with Parker being out. I took Goldsworthy just because she's a freak. And also because I thought maybe she might end this. We don't know. I don't know exactly what the numbers will suggest, but I have a feeling her mid-time is potentially going to go up by 5, 10, 15% above just like a deviation. So I think it could have been like 50%. I didn't necessarily watch this game. I just saw the stats and just went, this is ridiculous. We went through Skepo as well. Let's actually get back to the fantasy points. And you just see the best thing about Goldsworthy, 100% time on ground. She doesn't need to sit. So I wonder if she will get that midfield role in a couple years' time, and she'll have. Imagine if she has 100% time on ground as a full-time midfielder, where she'll lay like 15 tackles, have 30 odd disposals. It will be ridiculous. The fantasy ability of her in the future if she gets that role change, because I think she has the ability to go into the midfield. It's just whether do they want that goal scorer that she is, where she can easily kick two a game as a half forward. Then Goss, Austin, Fitzpatrick, Skepper, Pound, Vickers, Cordner, Vesio, Fitzgerald, another 40. So she's actually gone, and I think she's now at 450k. If we go, it's that way. We look here, 478k, and I picked her up I noticed her at the 351, so she's still gained 120 after noticing her, which is still a good amount. Trudgeon, Peterson, Milford, Velado, Lalawifi, Walker, Finn, and then Lawson Tavern. And I don't know if there was yes, there was Mowbray and Garnett injured in this game, but I didn't watch the game, so I don't know how severe their injuries are. But anyway, that pretty much is the video there. And I guess I'll catch you guys in the next game that I got wrong. Well, I didn't actually get it wrong tipping-wise as per the website, but again, the draw between Port Adelaide and Gold Coast. So I'll see you guys in that game. Bye, guys.